Hey, I'm Myers, and want to talk about this other test pressing I got here. So, the pressing company, the pressing plant, when they make the master stamper, they make like 5 of these test pressings, and they send to me to take a listen to, and I always try to listen to them on both speakers and headphones, because headphones sound different than speakers, and like if you got a good quality pair of headphones, it's a great listening experience to sit down, and I'm not talking about your little fucking ear pods or any of that, no, I'm talking about the actual plug-in headphones, because like Wi-Fi is shit. Just it doesn't. You lose something in that Wi-Fi radio signal. But anyways, listen to the test pressings here, and this band you've heard me talk about quite a bit. I want to say in 1992, these guys came down from Minneapolis and played at King's Court in Sioux, Iowa. And, I grew up in the club. And I started working there at a really young age. I was the weenie boy. That's what they called me, weenie boy. I sold pop and hot dogs and donuts. They had like a hot dog roller, and so I sold pop and hot dogs to sweaty punk rockers, and King's Court was the only place I ever fucking felt normal as a kid, and that my grandma's house. My grandma's house and King's Court were the only 2 places I ever felt fucking normal. And so anyways, Loose Rails played in like 92, and they had a cassette out. And I bought a lot of cassettes in the early 90s, because like I had a boombox, and eventually when I got a car, early on when I was driving, my cars didn't have CD players in them. They still had cassette players in them. So, bought the cassette, and, I loved it. It was like the soundtrack to like a lot of makeout sessions. I loved, that sort of hopeless romantic sort of, thing. Because I grew up listening to Buzzcocks and The Cure, and, all of those really romanticized bands or whatever. And, so this band, The Loose Rails, they came in and they had that Minneapolis twin tone sort of sound to them, but their songs were really, really fucking, yeah, the Buzzcocks are a pop band, pop punk band, but like these guys kind of took that Buzzcocks romanticism and gave it a replacements treatment or something like that, So anyways, when that cassette came out, the label only put it out on cassette and CD. They never put it on vinyl. And all these years later, it's still one of my favorite fucking records. And so I tracked the fucking guys down on Facebook about a year ago, and approached them about, would you be interested in this? And they're like, well, funny you should say something now, because we just kind of been reunited, and we've been playing a few shows around the Twin Cities, and we're kind of picking up some steam again, and it'd be great to put a record out at this point, because we're playing enough, we could kind of support it here in the Twin Cities. And so I told them what I needed as far as recordings or whatever, so they had it remastered. And so like if you listen to this, if you know the CD and cassette like I do, this sounds a little bit different, because it's a different mastering than what was on the CD and cassette. It's still the same recording, still the same songs or whatever, but it sounds just a little bit different. So anyways, and I think you'll like it. So anyways, they got me the new mastered recordings, mastered for vinyl and everything, and sent it off. And I just got this test pressing. So the test pressing, I take and listen to these when I greenlight this to the pressing company, they told me it's going to be 3 to 4 months before the finished product is done. So I'm going to send an email off tonight, greenlighting this. I think it sounds fucking fantastic. And 3 to 4 months from now, we're going to have the new Loose Rails record out. Really excited about it. They've always been one of my favorite bands. Them and the Magnolias, my two favorite bands from the Twin Cities. Fuck, I can't say that. There's so many great bands from the Twin Cities, like, Suicide Commandos and the Magnolias, and just fucking great bands. The Suburbs, so many fucking great, Husker Du, so fuck, now I'm fucking torn. Anyways, Loose Rails are fucking great. This is scheduled to come out just after, I got the test pressing for the Rebel Flesh album coming out. And Rebel Flesh, is a current band. I mean, these guys are playing again, so it's not that they're not a current band. But the Rebel Flesh just gave me a new recording, and kind of similar sounds, romantic sort of, like the way I would categorize Rebel Flesh as being like a rock band that flirts with new wave, kind of in the order of like Greg Kihn Band and John Cougar Mellencamp, and some of the like the Cars and the Knack, some of those bands that, like, I would consider the Cars to be a rock band that flirted with new wave. I don't think they were a new wave band that flirted with rock. I think they were a rock band that flirted with new wave. So Rebel Flesh has that sort of sound, and they're so much fucking fun. This is such a fucking fun record. I love this record so much. I'm so excited about this coming out on my label. I mean, I'd be excited about this coming out on anybody's fucking label. I mean, if Spaghetti Town Records put this out, or if I-94 Records or Get Hip Records put this out, I would be fucking excited about it. But it happens to be coming out on my label, so I'm super fucking stoked. So play you something off of it. If you dig it, like I said, be 3 to 4 months before you can buy a copy of it. If you dig these videos, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.